Today's session is about showing you how CellBIM fits into the real world of quantity takeoff. It's not just seen as a standalone tool, but as a practical bridge between, call it BIM models and quantity takeoff. What I'll be doing is focusing mostly on this session, looking at the loading of 2D drawings as well as structured BIM models and how we extract that data to be more consistent with your reliable quantities. Now, the aim is to give you more of a clear, honest view of how CellBIM works in this session, where it delivers hopefully value. Just before we dive into CellBIM, please don't forget to visit our website, nomitech.com, if you haven't already, and just look at all the other solutions that we offer. A large range of projects we support, from construction, oil and gas, mining, the energy sector, as well as nuclear sectors. We currently serve clients with across 60 plus countries around the globe. So let's unpack quickly your CellBIM application that you've hopefully downloaded as a 30-day trial, or you've already purchased your license. So we have typically your CellBIM Lite application that is designed for more fast, practical 2D measurements. Right, CellBIM Lite more supports the quick takeoff on 2D PDF as well as DWG or CAD drawings or rastered files. Your CellBIM Standard is probably more our preferred licensed software that's built for more efficient as well as 2D and 3D takeoff. The CellBIM Standard is typically designed to extract quantities from BIM models, leveraging the model geometry as well as the basic metadata that we need to continue our 5D BIM workflows. This application can also be used under the standard. CellBIM Standard can be used simply as a 4D planning workflow, as well as for facilities managers for managing their operations and maintenance. Then our CellBIM Pro license, which includes CellBIM 365, and that combines 2D as well as 3D, which is takeoff in the cloud. And that supports the teams that work preferably online. And it offers its own built-in cloud storage system or its common data environment to avoid heavy loading of Excel files that maybe are big models and large quantities of drawings. And then lastly, our Navisworks IFC exporter. That is in Navisworks and supports the conversion of files to IFC format that you can then import directly into CellBIM as well as into Costos. Over and above the installation, it's also important to realize that once you've loaded CellBIM, CellBIM is what we call a COM add-in. It's a component object model, meaning that it runs compiled code that interacts with Excel within Microsoft Office's application programming interface, what they call an API. And this allows this deep integration to allow us to embed CellBIM into Excel. So it's important to understand that if CellBIM does crash or Excel crashes, and it might go and deactivate your CellBIM add-in, just go down to add-ins under your Excel options and just ensure that your CellBIM has been activated. Because sometimes Excel will just shut it down if it feels that it is overloading Excel. So you will find that in your Excel options. At the end of this session, also remember that you have access now in the Academy to a well-structured step-by-step lesson for CellBIM Essentials, right, along with what we've given you as a growing library of CellBIM Excel templates that's designed to help you fast-track your quantity takeoff workflow without having to build your own Excel templates. Before we dive into CellBIM, it's important to understand data. Now, I always say the power of information lies in transcending it. So by classifying information from all these applications correctly, we are able to embed information into these 3D models, regardless of what application it's coming from. Data is live. It's information moving from one application to another. So many companies, as well as professionals, sometimes misunderstand BIM in its entirety. Many assume that when they get the model, it automatically just contains all the information that we need. And even though BIM could significantly transform the way we design and build, I think we lag behind in a lot of the professionals that are publishing these BIM models sometimes are inaccurate. And many people, I think, just assume that the information is correct. Right? There's many factors to consider when we accept those BIM models. especially when it comes to QTO, quantity takeoff. A ill-informed design model can lead to quantity errors, and they obviously affect your budget. So it's important that we properly implement these production of models so we can use it better within our estimating environment. If we are going to look at CellBIM data and versus or how BIM object families work with CellBIM and their data that we give it, it's important to understand that CellBIM reads data directly from a BIM model, or even call it a Revit model or an IFC. It does not interpret a drawing like a human does. It reads what the model tells it. And that means the model must be built in a well-structured, call it a Revit family. Those families, if they are poorly set up, then the data that CellBIM receives will be incomplete and inconsistent. And that reflects within the quantities. Remember, CellBIM is not a guessing game. It's not ChatGPT or any of the other LMM systems. If a wall or a slab, or even for the fact, let's say a door, as in this picture, is not clearly defined, and we don't know its size, or if the material is incorrect, CellBIM cannot rely on the measure or can't just accept the data. So it's important to understand that Revit families are the containers of truth, or any other IFC family or model properties is the container of truth. They hold the quantities that we need to push that data through to CellBIM or Costos. So consistency is what creates reliable quantities.